Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day everyone. Hi, I'm Madam Aisha Blue. Today I'm going to teach you Muet speaking 800-2. Objectives. By the end of this lesson, the students will be able to plan their presentation, prepare their presentation, and present their points.
Very pleasant morning to examiners and fellow candidates. The task states that when we travel, we have to pay for many things. As candidate A, I personally would like to talk about paying for food. We need to have a budget allocation, embrace the opportunity to try out local cuisine, and familiarize ourselves with local ethics and tipping practices. My main point is we need to have a budget allocation. We should set aside a specific amount of money for food expenses each day. This can prevent overspending and help us manage our finance throughout the trip. For instance, we should always check the price of the food before we dine at a restaurant. This can help us spend our money wisely. Moving on to my next point, which is we can embrace the opportunity to try out local cuisine. Not only this is a culture experience, but local dishes are more affordable than dining in an international restaurant. One example is we can look for small friendly owned restaurant for budget friendly option. My last point is we should familiarize ourselves with local ethic and tipping practices. This is because in some countries tipping is not expected while in others it's customary. For example, we should do some research to the tipping customs of our destination to ensure that we are being respectful to the local culture. Knowing the ethic can help us avoid overpaying or inadvertently offending local. In conclusion, we need to have a budget allocation, embrace the opportunity to try out local cuisine, and familiarize ourselves with local ethics and tipping practices. Spending money for food is unavoidable, so we must have a proper budget to make sure we do not overspend. Thank you.
A pleasant morning to examiners and all the candidates. The task states that when we travel, we have to pay for many things. According to the situation given, I personally believe that paying for transportation is essential during traveling. In the quest for memorable journeys, the allocation of finance warrants thoughtful considerations such as planning ahead, environmental concerns, and safety. First, the key idea I like to emphasize is the importance of transportation to cover long distance when we travel to multiple places. Because of this, I believe that booking transportation ahead of time can be helpful in cutting down on travel costs. Specifically, if we make online bookings, we can compare prices and amenities on different websites to discover good deals. Additionally, this often gives us the chance to get lower prices and early bird discounts. Overall, this approach helps us to stick to our budget whenever we are on the go. Moreover, our love for travel goes beyond borders. When planning for trips, we should consider costs, especially for transportation. As I've said in the beginning, it's vital to acknowledge the environmental impact of our choices. Choosing eco friendly options like electric vehicles or sustainable public transit, or even carpooling with locals during traveling, can reduce our carbon footprints. Ultimately, our travel experience should align with environmental care, preserving the planet we treasure. Furthermore, while traveling, the utmost vital priority that we bear in our mind at all times is safety. It's because, as the saying goes, anything can happen anytime. To recap, we must ensure that our mode of transportation should be well secured and also comfortable during our journey of traveling. For instance, a big and good quality of vehicle should be used or rented, especially while traveling a large number of people. I believe that we should not be stingy in spending our money for transportation because it assures our safety and quality. To sum up, traveling is a universal passion that transcends borders cultures. When it comes to paying for transportation during our journeys is a crucial aspect that requires careful thought such as planning ahead, environmental concerns and safety. Thank you.
Good morning to the examiners and all the candidates. The task states that when we travel, we have to pay for many things. People who are traveling to different areas require somewhere to stay, rest, sleep, and unwind. I believe that when we travel, we have to pay for accommodation such as staying in the hotel, guest house, or homestay. First and foremost, when we travel, we can stay in a hotel. Hotel is very convenient place to stay. Nowadays, we can choose either to do the payment at the counter or online booking. Some major hotel brands will accept a debit card or reservation, and some will accept alternate form of payment like personal check or wire transfer. But in general, most major hotels brands require either a credit or debit card in order to make a reservation. For instance, most travelers use e-wallets like PayPal and smartphone payment from Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, or Google Pay. My next point, a guest house is an accommodation where a traveler stays in a home hosted by a local resident. Guest houses are typically less expensive, more personalized, and less formal than hotels. For example, budget travelers like us can make the most of our monetary constraints by lodging at any of the number of guest houses sprinkled around not only the capital city but in every major city in Malaysia. Lastly, homestay is another place that we can stay while traveling. Homestay literally means staying at home, and living in a home can never be too expensive. More and more people are choosing homestays over hotels, and as a result, the popularity of homestay is skyrocketing. For the payment method, each host will inform us how they would like to be paid, for instance by cash, bank transfer, PayPal, or another payment method. In conclusion, when it comes to traveling, accommodation like the hotel, guest house, and homestay is likely to take up a large sum of our budget. If we are going to be traveling on a tight budget, selecting the appropriate accommodation might be a very important decision, as it has significantly influenced both the quality of our trip and the amount of money we bring back with us. Thank you.
A very pleasant morning to the examiners and my fellow friends. The task states that when we travel, we have to pay for many things. I believe that when we travel, we have to pay for activities such as outdoor adventures, shopping, and culinary experiences. First and foremost, when we travel, we have to pay for activities such as outdoor adventures. It is one of the main entertainments for us when traveling. For instance, visiting museums, exploring landmarks, or historical sites typically involve purchasing tickets. Taking a hot air balloon ride for panoramic view often require payment. Moving to my second point, we have to pay for activities such as shopping. Shopping is also one of the paying activities while traveling. When we travel, we will find many new things. We are easily attracted of what we see. For example, clothes, and handbags, and shoes. These things easily attract people. These things cause us to buy those things without considering the price. Last but not least, we have to pay for the activities such as culinary experiences. Trying local cuisine is a fantastic way to connect with a new culture. Whether it's street food, fine dining, or tasting new flavors can be a memorable part of our memory. For example, we have to pay for local food tours. Usually it costs Rm 100 to 200. Food tours take us on a journey through a destination's culinary experiences. We will visit local eateries, street food stalls, markets, and restaurants to sample a variety of dishes. Guides provide insights into the history and culture significance of each food item. In conclusion, traveling is an exciting experience, but it's important to be prepared for the costs associated with the activities we want to enjoy, such as outdoor adventures, shopping, and culinary experiences. Thank you.
Kindly, please click like, subscribe, comment, and share with other friends to support my channel. Bye.